Everyone in this room is inspired by you. Who are you inspired by?
Well, Kanye West, obviously. That's what you said.
The boost stage, which is about 70% of the cost of the rocket. So
What cost is that? How much is that?
well, I mean, it's sort of on the order of $30 to $35 million.
Right, so you want to save that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I try to tell my team, it's like, imagine there was a pallet of cash that was plummeting through the atmosphere, and it was going to burn up and smash into tiny pieces. Would you try to save it?
Right.
Probably yes.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
We need some volunteers to be colonists. Do we have any colonist volunteers here for Mars?
Actually, not many hands raised, by the way.
We saw the movie. We
Yeah.
saw what happened. He got back.
Yeah. So it was good. I actually enjoyed the movie.
Do you think he could have gotten back like that? Was that plausible?
Well, I thought there was some connection. It was like 80% scientifically correct. But it did connect a series of improbable events.
Such as?
Say. Well, I mean, I don't think you can sort of just take off from Mars on an unguided rocket, really, and then prick your finger on the spacesuit and navigate to a spaceship. Right? Yeah. Not impossible, just extremely unlikely.
Do you think there is other intelligent life outside the Earth?
It seems probable, but I think this is one of the great questions in physics and philosophy, is where are the aliens? Maybe they're among us, I don't know. Some people think I'm an alien. Not true.
But maybe we are alien.
Of course I'd say that,
maybe
wouldn't
we
I?
are alien.
Literally eventually.
What is this? The largest rocket, the largest building. I mean,
Well, I mean, I think it's not scale for scale's sake. It's just like if you say, well, we want to accomplish these goals, then you kind of have to make a big thing.
okay.
Should tax things that are most likely to be bad rather than, like that's why we tax cigarettes and alcohol, because those are probably bad for you. Certainly cigarettes are. And
I think Mars should really have great bars. The Mars bar. It's all right.
crazy car to have as a daily driver, particularly on the 405.
So, but I understand when you got it,
Yeah.
you're driving down 280, and you wrecked it.
No. Well.
And let me just tell the
Yeah,
story, and then
okay,
you can correct
all
it.
right.
Because the story's great, and I hope it's
yeah.
true.
Let's see if the story that you tell is actually how that compares to the
We'll see if
reality,
it's
because
an
the
urban
reality is
legend.
pretty messed up.
So, hopefully the reality's better. So you wrecked the car, you get out of the car, you're doubling over with laughter. And the
Really?
person with you said, why are you laughing that you just wrecked this car? And you said, no, you don't know the funny part. It wasn't insured.
Well, the punchline's correct.
How do you plan a business where the rocket business, some of these things are going to blow up on the launch pad? How does the business plan work?
I don't really have a business plan.
The plane thing is not a good idea in my view. The plane, and the reason I think is, like, intuitively it seems like a plane should work, but actually if you consider that really every mode of transport has a design that is appropriate to its medium, and if you're in space, wings are not very useful because there's no air. And then if you want to go somewhere other than Earth, there's also no runways. So these are important considerations.
Going back to Mars, what kind of government do you envision for the first Martian colony?
So we have to be
And
careful about
what's your title?
Yeah, exactly. Emperor or God Emperor? I don't know. It might be too much. I don't know. If you watch my jokes here, not everyone gets irony. Must remember.
what would be your mediocre superpower? Now, this is absurd to ask you because Tony Stark is partially modeled after you.
Right.
So you actually are sort of have real. So we were going to ask you to
He doesn't technically
downgrade.
have a superpower, I guess, except like inventing technology or something.
Right. So we're sort of asking you to downgrade from that a bit. So an example of a mediocre superpower would be one of the best ones we've ever gotten is this guy who wished to temporarily detach his arm while spooning with a girl. Sometimes it's staying.
That's what he wants to do with a girl?
That's awesome.
But how? I mean, on a regular day for you, are you sleeping? You're not sleeping a lot, right?
Oh, geez, do I look that bad?
Yeah. Actually met a woman I dated briefly in college who now works at Scientific American as a writer, and she related the anecdote that we went on a date. All I was talking about was electric cars. That was not a winning conversation.
So it was a bit of a monologue, was it?
Yeah, she said she said the first question I asked her was, "Do you ever think about electric cars?" She said, "No, she never does."
So you learn from that. That wasn't the best shout-out line.
Wasn't great.
That's
But
great.
it has recently it's been more effective.
There you go. I know this man.
But when we talk, I remember when you first told me that you were thinking about tunnels.
When did I first tell you about that?
Years ago.
Okay, it's like a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like
I thought
people
you were
think-
joking.
Yeah, it was. I was joking, but
Young people globally who want to be like Elon Musk. What's your advice to them?
I think that probably they shouldn't want to be.
You?
I think it sounds better than it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not as much fun being me as you'd think. I don't know.
You don't think so?
No. There's definitely, it could be worse for sure, but it's, I'm not sure I'm not sure I want to be me.
Okay.
But if,
Silicon Valley, accurate or not accurate?
the show,
Yeah.
it starts to get very accurate around episode 4. So it took a few episodes to kind of get grounded. The first few episodes struck me as Hollywood making fun of Hollywood's idea of Silicon Valley, which is like not on point. But then by about the 4th or 5th episode, season 1, it really starts to get good, and then by season 2, it's amazing. In fact, reality, the truth is stranger than fiction. All the crazy stuff you see in that show, Silicon Valley, the reality is way crazier than that.
Stay a while.
Is there a parallel with how you build companies in that story?
I hope not.
Let's see
Yeah, that
what this
would
thing
be-
can do.
Yeah, watch this. That could be awkward with a rocket launch.
And we're funding the company for merchandise sales. So thank you for anyone who's bought our flamethrower. You will not be sorry, or maybe you will. It won't be boring.
Come with me where moonbirds hits the sky.
And he's a designer, so he's good at the styling of the cars. But he thinks it's all about styling, and it's not. It's really, this is, the reason we don't have electric cars is not for lack of styling.
Right.
We were first talking about the concept. Tunnels feel like a resolutely old school solution to a
I'm
problem.
glad that I invented tunnels.
Are you now like, fuck no, I am not starting another company? Or are you still thinking
Yes,
that?
that's how I feel. That is.
That picture at the end is a picture of one of the circuit boards inside the Roadster, right?
We try to confuse the aliens as much as possible.
Moonbeams meet the sky, and you and I will walk the by on by. Well, this is really winning. Thank you.